good, fam? We back at it with another DD Conway Nostalgic Lounge video. We're gonna be reacting to the movie villain versus the real villain in Dead Presidents, man. Juanita was something else, bro. I'm telling you. Well, I'm gonna say what I gotta say about the movie at the ending of this. So let's jump straight into it. But first and foremost, if you have not subscribed to DD Conway Nostalgic Lounge, I suggest you do so ASAP. Show that brother all the love in the world. Smash all the like buttons. Share the videos. Show that brother all some love, man. Let's jump straight into it.
What's up, y'all? It's DD Conway back again with another episode of Real Villains. This time we're diving into the Dead Presidents edition. I wanted to break down some of the arguments that come with these characters and explore whether or not they can truly be labeled a villain. Also, moving forward, I'll be shortening some of these videos so I can drop content more frequently and keep conversations going. In the comments below, let me know who you believe is the real villain and why. Let's get it.
Smoking grits and selling chickens, call that painted living. It's Gucci. Living's on the chain with the V cuts. Living's on the...
First up, we'll start with Juanita.
I agree.
When it comes to Juanita, people give her a lot more grace than they tend to do Anthony. And honestly, it feels very wild to me. I don't see her as the victim like many people do. And she's not a clear-cut villain. But let's be real. If we're going to give critiques on Anthony's decision pre-military, during military, and post, we also need to look critically at Juanita's decision, because selling pussy and falling behind the excuse of she did what she had to do is fucking insane.
Yeah.
This is Pod 5, the first fully immersive sleep system. Intelligent.
Get the fuck out.
They just say that to justify her transactional relationship with her supposed to be ex. But let's focus on what she isn't wrong for, and that's originally moving on from Anthony. She wasn't obligated to wait, especially because Mr. Frankie Lyman looking ass nigga couldn't be really clear as to what he expected when he was going into the military. But I don't really blame him, because he probably was scared he wasn't coming back.
So I guess you don't want me to wait for you either.
Look, Juanita, I didn't say that.
So then you gonna marry me when you get back?
You're not my girl.
See, where she becomes the villain for me is because of the unnecessary pressure and the gray area she created in her relationship. It wasn't about her moving on. It was how she went about the situation with Cuddy, a master trick who had money and influence, and her letting that blind her. She allowed an extra layer of drama and disrespect, blurred the lines of her actual relationship with Cuddy, who had ulterior motives, which ultimately led her to be hella disrespectful.
We will ourselves a little boy.
Then can you will yourself a better job?
You don't run shit. Tell a powder. Dick drive his car, not pussy.
Man, a better looking, Sealy looking ass nigga. This was so reckless, bruh. With your Dalmatian meat eating ass. She created a whole dependency with Cuddy that I feel led her to looking at Anthony sideways for what he didn't have. Not cutting Cuddy off caused her to add fuel to Anthony's sense of failure. And that added pressure is something that I feel ultimately led to the decision of Anthony robbing that bank.
Ooh-wee, look what that money make a bitch do.
I don't feel like she was a victim. She seemed like a willing participant in the system that was putting Anthony down. Cuddy gave her an easy way out, and she was cool with compromising her morals to survive, even at the cost of loyalty in her relationship that she was already in. Entertaining someone who had no respect for the boundaries of her relationship was insane.
Fine. I'm fucking him.
Man, I'm talking about a new age Harriet Tubman looking ass nigga. We know them walls loose.
Whore.
Anthony is made to be the man that wasn't trying, while Juanita gets all the sympathy and empathy there is. Juanita, you got roaches. That little ass money Cuddy was giving wasn't enough to prosper. It was enough to keep you around and turn a blind eye to the disrespect that he just kept giving off.
Facts, though.
And she allowed it. And that's part of the reason I feel like she's one of the biggest villains. Next up, we got Cuddy. And first things first, if you think anything Cuddy did in Dead Presidents was honorable, then I might as well believe you'll sell some of that ass for the 40 ball.
$40?
Hell yeah, 40. A wild, zesty, buffalo looking ass nigga. Let's be real. You will sell that ass to the highest bidder if you truly think Cuddy's actions were honorable. He wasn't some old school gentleman that was really trying to help a struggling woman. Nah, this some type of leather skin ass nigga was a predator.
Hey, baby girl.
Hey, Cuddy.
Came by to see you a little earlier, but you went home.
You know what you doing, nigga?
What did you say, nigga?
In one of the most disrespectful scenes in movie history, that boy Cuddy pulled up looking like a customized dookie turd to ask about another man's child and prove to be the master trick that he is by showing up a Vietnam veteran over a woman that he paying money to for some ass.
I'm a gigolo. I slang dick, man.
See, I dislike that many people try to act like Cuddy was really actually helping Juanita.
Hell no.
Like really stepping up. Cuddy wasn't being generous out the kindness of his heart. He was setting shit up for his own benefit, giving Juanita just enough money to stay around. Just another version of an old Nate freaky bulldog looking ass.
You not getting no check from me until I'm done, you understand?
Freaky ass nigga.
Message.
Men don't just hand struggling women money for free and fund their lifestyles for nothing, especially someone like Cuddy, Steve Harvey swag ass nigga. He a real Stacey Adams fiend. He wasn't giving Juanita that money from a place of love and compassion. It was a calculated move. He knew Juanita's home life was messed up, so he wanted something in return as well.
Yes, I would like some of that ass.
Cuddy was bitter because Anthony came back into the picture and he wanted to show that he still had pull over Juanita.
Cuddy, I told you to stop spoiling her like this.
Somebody's got to do it.
Hearing all this talk about me being a simp. Yeah, I'm a simp. I'm a simply slamming your girl with this big old horse meat ding-dong.
Manipulative and trying to play a role that he had no business playing, Cuddy had simp behavior for another man's woman who was off fighting for the country.
I took care of your woman and your baby when you went to war. Now, a man ought to get a little respect or something like that.
Man, fuck
Out of
you.
pocket immediately, Mississippi River monster looking ass nigga. This man owed Anthony no explanation for anything. He could have just easily kept it player, saw bruh, and kept moving.
Right.
But he stopped to show how much power he had. In my opinion, he's weak as hell because you doing all of this out of spite. And at this point, he knew Juanita originally.
Oh, they blocked it? Oh, I already know. You had to cut the sound off.
Most
He should have whooped his ass like he did Terrence Howard in that damn pool hall.
to have power over another man while not really benefiting from the situation. I feel like Cuddy was probably a pimp, but what doesn't make sense to me is this weak ass conversation with another man about his woman and daughter. It doesn't even matter if you took care of him while bro was gone. You in this man's face and creating unnecessary confrontation about a woman that didn't even benefit you financially. You can't take a dishonorable action and make it honorable. You can't make a man bend at the knee when he doesn't even see your feet as honorable. You know it's disrespectful, which is why you had to pull out a gun, use a weapon.
Suck it, nigga!
Yep.
And to me, Anthony not really giving into this situation just made Cuddy look weak. You talking shit in another man's kitchen, needing a weapon to beat her is crazy. You can't come to another man like Cuddy did and think it's ever going to be something that's cordial conversation. You're having a talk with a man, and you've already been leading with disrespect several times before the conversation. So this conversation isn't him being a man. It's him being an asshole. It's not respectful. The respectful thing to do would have been to not show all that emotion from the jump. It's no point in showing a bunch of show of power where you already winning. He could have easily just never interacted with Anthony. And even if you saw him in the hall, like, just go about your business. Altogether, you really could have just left Juanita alone. I just look at it like this. You created confrontation with somebody who is a killing machine.
Yeah.
So let's look at it from this perspective. If Anthony decided not to rob that bank and he decided to put his attention to Cuddy, make a whole plan like he did for the bank, but just apply all that energy to Cuddy, I do not think Cuddy ass would have lived. I just think bruh should have stayed out the way, let Anthony take it up with his woman. even if Cuddy did decide to keep giving Juanita money. I just don't feel like Cuddy is the man to be arguing for like he did a good deed. You can't pick and choose when a predator is acceptable. Mm-hmm. Coming up next, we got Anthony. Yeah. And some of y'all gonna be mad at me about this.
Nah, I agree. Because that plan was dumb as hell.
Anthony is someone I truly have sympathy for. I don't think he's the villain that people try to make him out to be. I know when you go and you look at some of the clips and that are on YouTube about dead presidents, not even just different videos, but check some of the comments, you'll see a lot of people going off on Anthony for even going to the military. I just don't feel like he deserved half the treatment.
No, him going to the military, yeah, he learned some different shit. Like,
that he received from Juanita. He indeed has some ways that he could have been better at, but he is the one that I truly feel like is an example of being failed by the system. Yeah. America sold that man a dream, sent him to hell, and left him and others to rot when they came back.
Yep.
Ready to lose the hat and regrow the hair? With Choose by Hims, you can regain your hair and your...
Don't care enough about a brother to even just see what's going on in a nigga life. Sometimes a nigga need a hug or something.
He gave his youth.
That's another thing. Chris Tucker acted his ass off in this movie. They don't give him no flowers for that.
To America, and they slapped his ass with some PTSD.
Yeah.
Many would argue that he didn't have to go to the military and that he could have just attended school. But if you look at the times then, one thing holds true to even today. You aren't guaranteed a job in your field when you graduate. Mm-hmm. Anthony was living in a time where most black people couldn't even find work. This is with a degree. Yep. The choice of going to the military is not one that should be looked down upon or diminished to justify the actions of somebody like Juanita. Yep. And that's a common thing that I found in researching the video. It's almost like Anthony gets looked down upon when the decision of going to the military comes up. But Juanita out here giving out coochie coupons and shit, and everybody just said she did what she had to do. That's fucking crazy. Anthony tried to do everything right the first time. Is he a villain for robbing a bank?
Yes.
It's dead ass wrong. But Anthony was pushed into a corner by a broken system.
Yeah.
He stole from a world that kept playing him. And don't act like Juanita didn't play a role. Imagine you make things right with someone after fighting for your country, after fighting for your life damn near every day. And because you aren't in the best position, you find out she getting bent like a pretzel for a funky ass $40 to $100.
You said you wanted pretzel.
That's a different type of betrayal to deal with, especially when you mentally fucked up. Like, let me give you some numbers real quick. A soldier in combat in the Vietnam War saw 240 to 270 combat battles or combat-related activities per year. That means about 65 to 74% of the time, they was fighting for their life, seeing death, seeing all types of wild shit.
I'm fighting for my life.
The psychological damage that could do when you're around death every day would more than likely be tremendous.
Yep.
Anthony wasn't perfect by any means, but a villain? Nah, I ain't calling him that. I do think he should have communicated better. Credit to Juanita for wanting him for that. Him not communicating did make a lot of his situations in life worse, especially with Juanita.
He should have just left her ass and got with her fine ass sister. I think he would have been a lot better off in that way without robbing a bank and shit.
Understand he was at war.
No poor sap ever won a war by dying for his country. He won it by being all that he can be.
But once he figured out he had a child, he should have responded, without a doubt. Even if he didn't message back after that. Because bruh never knew if he was coming back. Also, he should have got with Juanita's sister and left Juanita's ass. Otherwise, I don't feel like Anthony was a real villain. And last but not least, it's probably
your punk ass.
The biggest villain in this movie and one of my least favorite characters, Cleon.
Junkie.
What?
You listening to me? Look at him.
Evil Mr. Potato Head looking at nigga. You deserve that shit.
Right.
Syndromic yam with some hair looking at nigga. This man did all that talking just to snitch in the end, but that's not my major beef with him. My major beef with him is the fact that Cleon hid behind religion to keep from revealing how fucked up he was. Manipulating people with moral authority while being a real dirtbag is insane.
Oh my
If
God.
you grew up Kojic, Church of God in Christ, in the South, or you grew up Kojic anywhere else, then you've probably seen plenty of Cleons come and go. Don't get in a position of moral authority and abuse it by having no morals. These type of people are dangerous as hell.
The Southern player looks the Cadillac funky music. Ooh. Now players if you choose.
Yeah, this was a dope joint, man. I had a feeling Cleon was gonna be last because I couldn't think of nobody else. But yeah, bro, I agree with Cuddy from what he said. He could have went a different way about it. If once he found out homie was here, he could have probably, hey, how you doing, brother? And then kept on going on by his way. But he had to do all that. Then of course you had to pull that pistol out. You know what I'm saying? Because he'd have, man, Anthony would have dismantled his ass in that movie, man. Pause. Juanita, yeah, I agree with her too. He didn't really give her 100% of what he wanted to do, but it's like when he came back, that's what he came back to. Sad, you know. But she ain't had to do all that just to get some money. You could have been working at a McDonald's some damn way or something. You know. But some of them women be liking them Jodies, man. They be liking them Jodies. It's crazy though, bro. He was working. Anthony was doing the best he could, working at the butcher shop. That's all he could have at the time. He was doing what he could. And she still wanted that Cuddy money. Sad, man. But hey, found her sister though. I feel as though he would have been better off with her sister, bro. She'd have picked him back up, spoke life into him, probably got him a little gig somewhere. He'd have been better off doing that than robbing that bank. Then of course Cleon, crazy as hell when he was in Vietnam, but you out here judging folks now. I was out there healing and it shut up. Can't sit here and put no blame. You're out here judging every damn body, man. But yeah, man, this was dope, man. Dead Presidents is one of my top movies, man. Small Soldiers, I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I might have to check that movie out again, man. That was my movie coming up, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, man. That was my joint. But yeah, man, if y'all like this one, smash the like button for your boy. Comment down below what y'all thought of the video. Share the video and subscribe to the channel for y'all boy, man. And let me know what else y'all want me to react to in the comment sections. Alright? I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.